2025 Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift Stage 4 recap. Let's jump in. Stage 4 was 130.7 kilometers with only 750 meters of elevation as they went from Saumur to Poitiers. A nice and flat stage for the riders before heading into hillier terrain tomorrow in stage 5. One thing I do want to mention was that it was great to see Demi Vollering on her bike at the start of the stage today after her super nasty crash yesterday. We weren't too sure the extent of her injuries. She made it through the stage and that was great to see. As I mentioned in yesterday's recap, she didn't lose any time on GC thankfully because of the 5-kilometer rule, where if there is any crashes that happen in the last 5 kilometers, then everyone in that group gets the same time, so it doesn't affect the GC battle. It means that there's a lot safer racing that can happen, and these are normally on sprint stages. There was a huge threat of crosswinds in today's stage. Crosswinds mean that there are a lot of opportunities for time to be taken, splits can happen, there's a lot of uncertainty, riders can get super nervous, and this is why it took a little bit of time for a breakaway to be established today. Maud Reinbeck of Volker Wessels has already been in a number of breakaways in this year's tour already, but she was back at it again, one of the first to attack and get out front. She was joined by Francie Koch from Picnic Post NL, and also Tota Magalhães from Movistar. These three riders worked together and got up to a lead of about 1 minute 30 seconds, but the peloton was pushing on, especially due to these crosswinds. US rider and Olympic champion Kristen Faulkner has really been struggling these past couple of days. She's acknowledged it in interviews and again was struggling in today's stage, especially with the fast-paced nature of it and the crosswinds to deal with too. Despite this, her team, EF Education Oatly, did a wonderful job today of supporting her and bringing her back to the main group. At around 60 kilometers to go, Maud Reinbeck was dropped from the breakaway. Fair play to her. She's been out front for a lot of kilometers this tour already. I'm sure this won't be the last time we'll see her out front, but that was the end of the breakaway for her today. The intermediate sprint at 42.9 kilometers to go followed a very similar pattern to yesterday, with Lorena Wiebes and Marianne Vos battling it out, with Wiebes taking 17 points to add to her lead in the green jersey competition, with Marianne Vos getting 15 points. With just 10 kilometers to go, the breakaway's lead was down to just 20 seconds. SD Works were making their final preparations for the sprint, with Anna van der Breggen on the front, handing it over to Lotto Kopecky to lead things out for Lorena Wiebes. In the final kilometer, sprinter teams like Canyon SRAM Zonda Crypto and Uno X were pushing full throttle ahead. But it was Lorena Wiebes who came victorious 2 in a row for her. Marianne Vos was on her wheel again, but just didn't quite have enough power despite lunging for the line. It's not all bad for Marianne Vos though. She extends her lead in the GC to 12 seconds. Lorena Wiebes moves into second place ahead of Kim LeCourt. Check out the caption below for a full rundown of who's wearing what jersey after today's stage. Tomorrow we head to the hills. The GC battle is about to begin and you're not going to want to miss it. I will see you tomorrow.